Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to get started here in the next episode. I believe we left off, we had configured our Asp Explorer and we're ready to do some mining. So, I figured today we'll go through, I'll do some instruction, and we'll go out to that metal ring on that gas giant, and we'll do some mining out there. Hopefully we don't run into too much trouble, but you never know, so we'll see. So if you're following on Twitch, I would appreciate if hit that follow button so I can get some followers there. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon so you can get notified of future content. And if you would share and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't like it. But why would we do that? But yeah, so let's get into open play here. There's our Asp Explorer. All right, here we are in Alley Ring. Just to give you guys a rundown of where we're at. So if you go through the previous episode, you can get all the configuration as far as the outfitting and what tools we use to do so. So in the hard points, we've got our 2 mining lasers. Our utility mounts, just in case, we've got a chaff launcher and point defense. Core internal, we got mostly mostly de-kitted, with the exception of the power distributor, so we can get more power to our more power in reserve for our mining lasers. Optional internal, we got, I believe it's 96. Yes, 96 tons of storage. We do have a shield generator. It's basically just in case. We got 2 collector limpets, which will allow us to run 4 collector limpets at the same time. We have our refinery with 6 slots, and then we've got a prospector limpet controller as well. So I'll show you how that works in action. The way we've got it configured as far as fire groups over here in our 4 menu, we'll call it. So we've got our collector limpet controllers on the same set as our mining lasers, so that if one of our collectors dies, we can fire off another one without having to stop our mining lasers. We've got our chaff launcher on its own channel. So we'll have to switch to that if it comes down to it, and then we've got our prospector on another channel. So that's the basic setup. So I think they made it so that you can't really pick up missions for the ores and such. It's hard to get them, I should say. I haven't seen any in a long time where you can pick them up beforehand and then go mine for them and then turn them in. But just for the heck of it, let's go through and see if there are any. So we're looking for our main ores and minerals, which is platinum, painite. Of course, I would forget one of them. Platinum, painite, palladium, I believe it is, and potentially gold. And before I actually head out, I also want to take a look at the commodities market, just to see whether or not there's been any change in the values. If you remember from the last episode, Alright, so platinum is still really high, which is good, so we'll be looking for mostly platinum. Palladium is beneficial as well. And painite is probably... Oh, painite went up. How about that? That's awesome. So they went a little bit less than they did before, I think. I could be wrong. But as you can tell, the galactic average is 40, and they're given 67 now. So if we can find some of that painite, which tends to be hard to find, then that'll help us out. So let's go to... So if you may not remember, but let's go to the system map. So we're looking for Kokagina 2, and what we'll actually do is we'll set that as our point, and we'll head out. Retract landing gear.
You may leave when ready.
Try to keep it under 100. Because why not? Let's be a good Samaritan. Alright, that's not enough. Alright, 185 light seconds away. That's not too bad at all. I can deal with that.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Just gotta love the great big view you get in this thing. Even down. So basically what we're going to do is there's usually hazardous resource extraction points on these rings, and I don't want to go into those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up on that internal ring, which is the metal ring, if you will. And what we're going to do is we're basically just going to drop in there, and I'll kind of give you instruction as far as to how I do that. So, yeah, come on. Man, it takes forever to speed up. So you'll see me cycling the pips on our system engines and weapons. So I need to slow down and bleed off some speed. I wasn't paying attention. We want to treat this just like we're coming in for a landing. So I cut the power to 2, and we're going to actually come over the top here. Alright, actually I'm going to cut the throttle altogether, just so I can show you something. Alright, so let's find the sun. If you watch the light in the cabin here, you can see which direction it is. So the sun is... Did I miss it? Apparently I did. Let's use our actual... There it is. So we may not get a lot of light in this one, but we'll see how that goes. Usually I try to line up my approach pointing towards that. So just something to use as a reference. Alright, so you should be able to see the two rings here. We're going to come hard right. Get pointed towards that sun. So here's the black line that you can see separates the two rings. So what we want to do, usually in my experience, most of the metal is on the very inside. So we're not coming in that fast, and as soon as you can see the little bumps in the ring there, that's usually where I slow down, throttle all the way back, and you point it down, and you can just coast in. And then it'll automatically drop you out. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to use our prospector first. So I'm just going to pick one of these at random, and we're going to put our target dot on it, and we're going to fire one off. And as soon as it goes past, we're going to press our T and lock onto the prospector. We'll throttle up here, and I'm going to go to 4 in weapons, because what that'll do is that'll slow your maximum speed as well, which will make it a little bit more controllable in here. I'm not sure if my prospector's got enough distance, but we'll see. And then once you get into this asteroid field, you get mass locked, so that's one thing that can be a little bit of a panic.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Alright, so you can see over on the left side we got osmium, lepidolite, and uraninite. So that's not what we want. We're going to grab a different one, and we're just going to fire off another prospector. Lock on.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Coltan Galite. Still not what we want. And this ring setup might be a little bit different.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Galite, uraninite. I don't think this is our high metal content. I might have missed with that one too. So I'm still just firing off these prospectors just to search. What you can do too is let's open the cargo scoop, and then we'll go to max throttle. And that's about half speed. So now we're limited down to 79. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're in the wrong part of this ring.
Prospector limpet engaged.
So what we'll do is once we get down to 60, if we haven't found anything that we're looking for, we get down to 60 prospectors, then we'll go to a different part of the ring. I may have been wrong, all rings may not be the same, so we may have to go to the darker part of the ring, which is entirely possible.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
There's a P, but it's not the one we're looking for. And you'll notice when it programs, we're going to cut throttle here. You'll notice when it programs the limpet, that it speeds us up because it closes the cargo hatch in order to
Prospector
program it.
limpet engaged.
There's a little bit of gold. Let's try that out. Alright, so we're gonna switch over. For me it's my scroll wheel. We're gonna scroll forward to our mining lasers. And what I usually do is go full throttle. We'll close this hatch.
Retracted.
And as soon as it pops up impact on the top right, I'll cut throttle all the way. Open our cargo scoop.
Deployed.
Start mining. And after I've mined a little bit, then I'll fire off the collectors, which is the right button.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So as you can see, it dropped down fairly quickly as far as our weapons power. So, but you can see on the left-hand side where it says minerals remaining is 15%, 10%, 5%, and depleted. So once that's done, you can switch back over to your prospector. And you can basically just sit still.
Programming limpet drone.
And they'll still unload, or I should say load. They'll put that into your cargo. Ah, we got a new material discovered. We got some iron. Hopefully that asteroid's not too far away.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go to another part.
Programming limpet drone.
Ah, what's the new material?
Limpet expired.
Universal cartographic. So there, one of our collectors expired. That could be either the time ran out, but since the other ones didn't have an expired, it's entirely possible that it ran into something. Probably the asteroid and got destroyed. But since I'm planning on moving to a different part of the ring, I'm not going to fire off another one to replace it. So what we can do is see how all of our on our radar in the center there, you can see how all of our items are down and behind us. If we rotate our nose down, that centers it. And then if we lower the actual ship, that'll bring us closer to the actual minerals. And I believe the... is it the dot? No, maybe it's the brackets. I don't recall. I may have to look at my hotkeys to remember what the shortcuts are to. So, with that range on the radar on the bottom, you can actually increase the range. You see the dial on the bottom. See how it's all the way to the left? You can actually move that to the right for a blown out view or a closer view. Alright, so now we're getting down there. We're going to shift to the right a little bit. And I'm only doing this on this one because I'm planning on moving. So let's check out our inventory. We got 2 lepidolite and 61 limpets. So this is the only thing that we've mined so far. We haven't gotten any gold out of any of this yet, which is really surprising. But if we go down to minerals, we can see some of the various items that we've got so far. So we got see some arsenic, iron, sulfur, and some vanadium. Alright, so you can see there our actually we can go to, you can see our limpets hanging out there at the bottom. So they won't be able to keep up with us once we go to Super Cruise, which we're going to do. So we're going to close our cargo hatch, retract our hard points. We're going to point up, put our power back into engines. Because once we dropped out of Super Cruise, these rings got a lot bigger than you think. Or I should say they got more lifelike. So you can see all of this huge expansive space, and it would take a long time to go through there. So what you can do, so there our max range was exceeded for our limpet. We're not mass locked anymore, so I'm going to press B and go into Super Cruise.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Vroom, and we're hauling ass. Okay, so I want to try that dark part, this really thick dark part out here. So we're going to throttle all the way down a little bit, maybe a little bit off of the base. And I want to try this part right here. This dark to me means metal. So we're going to get close just like we did before. Throttle way down and drop on in. Switch over to our prospector. We're going to go full throttle for this first one. And once we get it targeted, we'll slow ourselves down. Oh, you see. See, we outran the limpet drone. We don't want to outrun it too far, so I actually cut throttle to 0. There we go. Now we'll go back to 75%. And we got all of our, well, the majority of our power being diverted to weapons. Come on, baby. Give me something good.
Prospector limpet engaged.
That looks a little more like I'm used to. Alright. Oop, didn't mean to do that.
Programming limpet drone.
So we're going to open our cargo hatch so we can go full throttle.
Scan detected.
Uh-oh.
Cargo scoop retracted.
If he starts making demands, we're going to
Engaged.
retract our hard points and bail. Yep. Actually, 1 ton of lepidolite. So, let's do that.
Under attack.
Lepidolite is not what we're looking for, so I'll just give him what he wants. And they have shown up to attack. Hopefully, so that they chased him off, which works for us. So we're going to go back to our prospector and go back to work.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Let's try that.
Scan detected.
Yep. I am not illegal.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
And now you can kind of see why I said that it doesn't hurt to have extra limpets. We're already down to 56 from 75, so it may come down to where this configuration we need to run more. But then again, we are just trying to find the butter zone of this
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
of this planet and its rings. So.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
Well, usually if it's not over, I don't know, I usually go with about 7%. If it's not over 7%, then it's not worth my time.
Programming limpet drone.
It's weird that we haven't seen any of that stuff yet.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Ooh, alright. Just want to double check. Metal rich. Do some research real quick. Ah, I was a little bit rusty. Looks like we need to find pristine metallic. Alright, so let's see what we can find. I wonder if there's one of these that we can use. First, let's get out of this joint.
Target scoop retracted.
Thought it looked a little bit weird. There's a lot of ores that I was seeing that I hadn't seen in a long time.
Frameshift drive charging.
So all we're gonna do is go into Super Cruise, because in order to get us out of Super Cruise, they have to actually interdict us.
Engage.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out here, cut throttle to 0, and then increase it just a little bit. There we go. That way, if we do get interdicted, it doesn't assume we're submitting. Okay. Switch over here. Actually, now that I think about it, what we want is E.D.H. Bodies. So the material we're looking for, let's just use... Really? Okay, let's do... What? I don't know what the heck that number's in there for. Let's see. No, I don't want addresses. I want painite. Ring type. There we go. I don't think this is what we want either. This may be a 58 Epsilon, 60 Hercules. Yep, no Kokajina. Alright, so... I wish there was a way you could put one in there to find one. So we'll have to see what's near us, I guess. Alright, so we're going to pull that out of the way. And let's get started. Well, first let's see how far we are from Sol. Galaxy map. So that's 57 light years. That's not bad. Let's check the other one, which is Akanar. Oh, we're a long ways from that one. And the last one is Alioth. Okay, so we want to go with ones closer to Sol. So let's see. Let's go with... let's do this again. See, 58 Epsilon. 155 from Sol, but which direction? Let's find out. $114, so that's the wrong direction. Alright, but I have mined at that one before, so that one's metallic metal rich. Okay, here we go. $60 Hercules. 100 light years away. What else have we got? Both those. 110. I think that's about the lowest. 109's in there. Oh, we're out of the metallic metal rich. Okay, so let's check out some of these 109s. Maybe we'll find one in our direction. GCRV 1568. Wrong direction. 152. Alright, we'll just see, there's another 109 in here. Oh, it's metallic icy. Okay. So that's our butter zone. Okay. $133, $135. Just tried that one. 132. E.D.H. Oh, 88. That's not bad. Let's see, where is that from us? Alright, let's scroll out a little bit. Get our bearings. There we go. Okay. So that's 88 from us. We'll put a mental tab on that one. E.D.H. Alright, 132. We tried GCRV already. E.D.H. UEVI. Tehuevi. 147. I think we already tried 60 Hercules. Let's try this HIP station. 123. HIP 8865. I think that might have been... Oh, it's further. Thing moves quick, let me tell you. So that one's out, as far as being closer. Okay, so that was 123. 60 Hercules we tried. Let's try... I want to try. 20 Aritis. Heritis, I guess it would be. Oh, that one's further. Okay, so I'm just going to go down the list here. So I'll move this over. Bear with me while we try these. Asia, 135. Moyat. 2, heck no. Takara. 116, it's not bad.
Incoming mission critical message.
That was way out there. Wish it wouldn't zoom in. So 180 on that one. I guess it's going to zoom anyway. Nope. More nope. Let's see, it was 20187. So there aren't too many of these. Oh, I might be in the right direction. Maybe not. I think this was the one that we had that was closest. Oh, knock it off. Let me friggin' select my target. Nope. Nope. Hundred light years. That one's out there. 246. I'm just going through these just because I'm being thorough. $137. $119. Nope. 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 That's not what. E.D.H. That was the 88. So we'll try and remember that one. Only got a few left here. Let's check them out. Nope. Ooh, Botho 68. Oh, that's sorry, I crossed into the metallic icy. Alright. So anyway, here's our winner. Metallic Metal Rich. Looking for Planet 5. So E.D.H. And what we're going to do is we're going to set a bookmark. Actually, we're going to go into the system map. And we're looking for number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bookmark that. And then we'll go over here to bookmarks, right click, and go to edit. And we're going to append metal mining onto the end of it. And save that thing. So if we come in here and we go to the galaxy map, and we click bookmarks, we made us 5, metal mining, bam. Plotter route.
Frameshift drive charging.
And it is 7, whoa. 7 jumps. Something might have gone awry here. 88 light years. 7 jumps for 88 light years. Fastest routes. What's our jump range? 15? Oh, that sucks. Oh well, screw it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, we'll definitely have to upgrade this FSD, I guess.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you can't do anything when you're in your jump. Can't even view your menus, just for future reference. Except for your messages. So what I want to do so we're going to jettison that because, well, we're not actually going to trade it in.
Frameshift drive charging.
So if we don't have any cargo other than limpets, usually they won't interdict you or try to interdict you. So
4, 3, 2,
keep in mind we don't have any discovery scans on this one, so we can't scan systems as we drop in. But it did show the system on that one, so we shouldn't have to worry about not being able to find anything.
4, 3, 2, 1. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, we hit that way too soon.
Frameshift
There we go.
drive charging.
I think it's funny how it smokes a little bit. Like, it's technically not over temp with air quotes, but as soon as it gets close, it smokes anyway.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So this will be a little bit more wasted time because we got to spend the 7 jumps to get over there, which, I don't know, we'll call it 10 minutes.
Frameshift drive charging.
But, you know, you figure 10 minutes over, probably longer back because we'll be fully loaded. I doubt that'll happen. especially since we burned a quarter of our limpets already.
3, 2, 1.
Or I guess it would be a third. So, we'll see. Just a learning experience for first time out.
Frameshift drive charging.
2 more jumps. But you figure if we get this thing up to 30 light year jump range, then we can get there in 3 jumps.
4, 3, 2, 1. Frameshift drive charging.
And the other thing we can also do is I want to find whichever station is closest in this system, and
4, 3, 2, 1.
what we'll do is we'll drop in and we'll see if our see what the commodities market looks like, and if it looks decent, then we'll just leave this here and we'll just send for our Cobra. Ep12 5 is 4,900 light seconds out. That's another thing to consider. So let's look at the system map while we're waiting. Okay, this Stott station is 2,000 light seconds out. So that's a little bit of a flight back and forth. Let's see. Faction. Let's see what its planetary map has on it. I wonder if there's a station on it. Looks like not, though. But then again, we don't have much on this ship as far as that goes, so. Let's just get out here and see what's in the vicinity. Finally getting up some speed here. Look at all those tight rings. I did. Chill. I'm slowing down. I'm going to tap the brakes and look at the system map again. So is this a gas giant? Yep. We may need to pick up a, oh, didn't need to do that, a scanner. Let's see, that's 28. So we'll look at 4E 61. So these are closer in. Alright. So let's look for Matus 4 anything. See how far away those are. Oh wait, 5C and F. Looks like those have are landable. Oh wow, those are a long ways away. They're on the other side apparently. You know, let's check out 5C. So we're basically just gonna do like a low-level flyby and alternatively I could go back to the station, pick up a scanner in place of our prospector controller and go from there, but or go to the nav beacon, I suppose.
Orbital flight engaged.
Although I don't think there's anything on this one. Which is kind of sad. That means we've got to go all the way back in. So, closest thing that we have that's as far as station is Napier Town, which is the same distance as Stott Station, so looks like we just get to go there. So we'll just bounce over here to Matus 5 and get our mine on. Not always easy. Alright, judging by the light, it's coming in. I think our star is up and to the back there, or maybe it's covered. Oh, there it is. Speed up already, holy crap. let's have a look. Metal rich. Metallic is the internal. Metal rich is the external. So let's go for that internal and see what comes of it. So, as the original instruction was, we're going to go to the inside of our ring. And just drop in. Move some pips over and let's fire off the prospector. And we're mass locked. Come on, get on there. Whew. Sorry about that.
Prospector limpet engaged.
How about that? First one out. There's our palladium. So we're going to throttle in, impact, brake, pop the cargo hatch.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So it can keep up with one, just not two, apparently. There we go, now we're nice and still. We'll let our limpets do their collecting thing. And while they do their thing, let's do our thing. Oh, that's not good.
Cargo scoop retracted. Limpet drone error. Deploy cargo hatch.
Oh, okay, it was a security service. I thought maybe there was a bad guy scanning me.
Programming limpet drone.
So for the sake of time, I decided not to stop by, was it stopped?
Prospector limpet engaged.
How about that? More palladium. So we'll mine that one next. I'm gonna actually nudge ahead a little bit here. So the limpets don't have to go so far. And as you can see, they got the rest of them. I want to try to aim at the center. I've found is the best plan.
Asteroid depleted. Programming limpet drone.
Alright. So, what do we got now? Indite, junk, osmium. We got a bunch of palladium though, so that's good.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Bunch of gallite. Junk.
Programming limpet drone.
That means we can move on, as long as we don't outrun them. And what I'll do is I'll close the cargo hatch. Ah, there's some gold. Why not? So I'm going to keep an eye on that proximity up top. There's the impact. Pop the cargo scoop. The thing I like about mining like this is once you find a good mining location and you've got it set up, like if I had, we're out of range, so I'm going to move in a little bit. Once you find, you got set up so your ship is there. Oh, our refinery is full. So we're going to hit 4, go down to our refinery, and you can see that it's trying to decide between praseodymium and gold. But what we're going to do is get rid of this lepidolite. And E.D.H junk also. So there it's already got similar metals in there, so it can just mine it. So the way that works is your percentage fills up with each piece, and once you get 100%, then it makes a ton of that material. Alright, so let's fire at some little ones.
Programming limpet drone.
I found that the little ones a lot of times will have the painite. But it's just nice and relaxing, and you can kind of sit and chill. 6% gold? Nope. Let's try this spinner right here.
Programming limpet drone.
And next we'll try this one. If that one doesn't work.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming
Nope.
limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
It's 23% gold. Why not? And the other thing to look at is that the material content is low. It's ideal to have high, but you don't always run into that, so.
Asteroid depleted.
Oh, we got refinery issues again. Praseodymium gallite. Let's get rid of the silver. There we go.
limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
So it does take a little bit of effort to find valuable or worthwhile materials, but it's kind of relaxing, I think. You get to fly around a bunch of meteors and shoot things at them, and then mine off what you can, and turn it in for almost pure profit. The only thing that you paid for really was limpets.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, painite. I take any percentage of painite.
Cargo scoop retracted. Cargo scoop deployed.
Yeah, painite is valuable enough, especially with our home station giving us 60k for it. I can't say that that's what we'll get in this system, but even if we only get one, that's usually worth it. And then we gotta clear out our system again. Gallight's junk. And Praesidimium is down there also. There we go.
Programming limpet drone.
I could technically rotate the ship and make it easier for the limpets to collect things, but feeling lazy today.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Nobody, no.
Programming limpet drone.
How close are we to painite? 65%.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Ooh, platinum. Yes, please. Alright, they're bringing back the last two pieces. So we'll leave our cargo scoop open and our pips on weapons. And it should be able to catch up. Oh, the other thing, I have insert set for my lights. I thought. Oh, that's the wrong button. So now, if we get a little bit closer, you can see the lights on it.
Collector limpet expired.
See, they're expiring because they got old. And now we can just fire off some more.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid depleted.
Oh, there was another one on the left side. Alright, what do we got in here? Bertrandite we can get rid of. Oh, Galite, really? Alright, let's get... I don't remember, Samarium or Osmium is more valuable, but... I want to say it was osmium. Let's get rid of the lower percentage anyway. And that should allow us to continue without having to keep emptying it out.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Nope.
Programming limpet
Next.
drone.
All I'm doing is firing off another prospector drone and then locking onto it. Yay, platinum.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Nope,
Programming
no.
limpet drone.
Oh, that's bad. That's very bad.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, look, 14% palladium. Let's back it up. And I'm using the stars as a reference as far as keeping myself stable, if you're curious. And you can continue mining and get rid of what you don't need. Looks like it's Sumerian this time.
Asteroid depleted. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. 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 Programming limpet drone.
Not having any luck on these.
Prospector limpet engaged.
There we go. Medium material content. A painite.
Asteroid depleted.
So if you do mine an asteroid without prospector limpets, keep in mind that you will not get as much out of them. If you fire a prospector at one, it will show you the content, and I look at that as more of a guarantee.
Programming limpet drone. Limpet limpet drone error. Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo
We have
scoop deployed.
yes we do. That figures. I didn't know that our refinery was backed up. So also, another thing to look at, let's look at cargo. 56 of 96. So we got plenty of room for ores of...
Prospect to limpet failed.
Oh, too far. Let's try it again. Only this time we're going to fly after it. Close the cargo scoop so we can get more speed.
Cargo scoop deployed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, that's a jump one.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Ship did not want to back up.
Programming limpet drone.
So the question may be, can you mine without limpet drones
Prospector
or
limpet
prospector
engaged.
limpets?
Programming limpet drone.
And the answer is yes. However, the answer is also inefficiently and blindly.
Prospector limpet engaged.
There's some more painting. So far, I don't think we have any. Oh, we did get 2 of them. Nice.
Asteroid
Alright.
depleted. Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop retracted. Prospector limpet engaged. Cargo scoop deployed.
Because it's medium and there's 21% gold, I think I'll take that. Out of range. You also have to keep in mind that not every asteroid is circular. So this one we're going to back up for. And hope we don't have to pull back in. Silver.
Asteroid depleted. Programming limpet drone.
So we're down to 15. And when they're gone, we're done. And this is a lot more inefficient than usual. But, For a first time, it's always going to be a learning experience, so to speak.
Programming limpet drone.
There it comes.
Cargo scoop retracted. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop deployed.
I'm always curious about these small ones that are floating out here in the open.
Collector limpet expired.
Alright, fine.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Yeah.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Yeah, why not?
Cargo scoop retracted. Cargo scoop deployed. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Probably be our last set, but we'll see. Alright, discovered carbon. Cool. Yeah, you'll see those pop up from time to time. There's one reason why this is the most efficient way to get various materials. Let's see, our cargo's up to 62. Gallite, 8% gold. Not this time.
Programming limpet drone.
It's a little. Because he is in front. And it's easier if you go front to back.
Prospector limpet engaged.
High material content. Okay. It forced my hand. So the way I look at it is we've got 6 more chances to check for quality materials. I don't necessarily look at mining as extremely profitable, but like I said, it's just coming out to relax, and you get to make money at the same time, so it's not all bad.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
I wish I could find a painite that was high. High content, anyway.
Prospector limpet failed.
Really? Wasting my limpets.
Programming limpet drone.
Down to 3.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
One more, and that's all she wrote.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop retracted. Prospector limpet engaged.
Not ideal, but since it's the last one. Oh man, why is this thing taking so long to slow down?
Cargo scoop deployed.
Probably because I didn't have my cargo scoop open. That usually slows things down fairly well. Alright, Praeseodymium this time.
Asteroid depleted.
I think we'll actually run till these collector limpets of ours die. We'll just randomly pick asteroids and shoot at them. Or mine them, I guess you could say.
Cargo scoop retracted.
The only thing, if you mine without limpets, is or without prospector limpets, that is, then you have to pay attention to what. Oh, really? Oh, that's the prospector limpet. Never mind. You have to pay attention to what materials are coming in. That way, you're not wasting all of your time. So let's watch the refinery.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Bertrandite. More Bertrandite. More Bertrandite. And you'll notice that after a while, nothing more falls off or drops off. That pretty much means you're done. So this one looks like it was primarily Bertrandite. Definitely. So, well, we're rotating right a little bit. Stop that. And I think we'll go mine that one. See what we can get out of it. Wait for that other one to get the last piece picked up.
Collector limpet expired.
Oh, that one might be in a tough spot on the asteroid. Excellent. Let's go. So you can close the cargo hatch as long as they're not trying to actively put something in it. So as soon as it gets closer, like so, then I'll open her up.
Cargo scoop deployed. Cargo scoop retracted.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much longer, and these collector limpets will expire.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Yeah, let's see what we're getting. Galite and palladium. It's pretty good. I'll take that. Alright, looks like that's it. As you can tell, you get a lot less out of asteroids that you don't have a prospector on. Oops, sorry. I rotated while he's trying to hit the cargo scoop.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Oh, changed my mind.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Active! Too far. And that's another benefit of having a shield.
Limpet drone error. Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo scoop
Galite.
deployed.
No, wait. Is that platinum or palladium? Or is it just galite? Looks like just galite. That kind of sucks. What are you gonna do?
Cargo scoop retracted. Cargo scoop deployed.
Now this is the one we're gonna have to back up for, I got a feeling, because it's really narrow right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to get closer. And then when that other end swings around, it's gonna be like a friggin' fly in a fly swatter. Still getting some. Not much though. What did we get?
Collector limpet expired.
E.D.H and Galite? That's junk. Did they all expire? I guess so. Alternatively, when the pieces are coming off the rocks, you can target them. Just so you know. Like, here's this piece. E.D.H and Galite. Junk. So,
Cargo scoop retracted.
we are fresh out of collector limpets. So we're gonna boost out of here. Set our sights on the closest station, which will be Stott. And we're still mass lock, so we can't super cruise yet. But there is a secondary benefit to doing this mining is you get those minerals, and the minerals help with engineers. Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a minute. But the engineers will require certain materials, and mining is a good way to get them. So 3,000 light seconds away to start, and I think we'll end up selling our goods there and leaving this ship there. And that way all we have to do is fly over with another ship, jump in, fly out here, and then from there, that way we don't have to do a whole bunch of jumping with our mining ship. So we're going to aim just above the station there, that way when we get closer we can rotate down and line right up. So we ended up with 8 indite, 3 osmium, 2 platinum, 12 gold, 8 praseodymium, 3 painite, 24 bertrandite, and 3 samarium. And 10 gallite and 7 palladium. So did we make out really well? Probably not. But I think next time we'll know, now that we have the right set of rings, we can load our, I think we'll load our entire capacity up with limpets. And then from there we won't have to worry about running out so fast. And we won't waste our time throwing 20 of them at some rings that don't have what we want. Closer, closer. 75% throttle. The start's a little ways away, but it's not far enough away that it's entirely a pain. It's not like we have to jump 7 jumps back or go to a completely different station. You can also do a bunch of research and find out where the best place to sell this stuff is. And if you have the cargo space, I don't know if you can still do it, but you used to be able to when you switch ships, your cargo transferred over. So if that's still the case, then you can jump into a different ship with a better jump range at Stott here, and then you can go sell it at for a higher profit wherever's feasible. And if you do it in open play, I'll probably run into you at some point. Pad 11. lights back off. Ooh, cut the throttle, drop the gear. He put us right at the front.
Inside the docking bay. Remember, loitering is a violation.
Back it up. Alright.
Touchdown. Thrusters offline.
So,
Deploying
refuel.
ground services.
And one other thing we're going to do before we go to the commodities market is because well, let's check the commodities market first. That'd probably be a wiser choice. Alright, let's see how these guys pay. So we got 12 gold. Galactic average is 9. They pay 11. That's good. So from gold alone, we made 137,000. Osmium is 9 and 13. So, get more for osmium than you do for gold. I'll be darned. Food for future thought. So with 3 tons, we made 40,000 credits. Palladium is marginally more than the galactic average, but we had 7 and made 97,000 credits. We'll come back to platinum. I love that. I think, okay, price of dimium, you actually lose, or is lower than galactic average. 68,000. Samarium is also slightly less. So osmium is better than gold now. Alright. Platinum. Galactic average 19.7. Their selling value is 50.9. Booyah. Need to get lots of platinum out there. We got Bertrandite, losing on that for the galactic average. These I just left there because better to make something than nothing with our space. Indite, also less than average. Painite. Holy buckets. Galactic average is 40k. Here you get 121k. So, with our one run, we almost made 1,000,000 credits. Keep in mind that a lot of that was searching for a good mining system. So do we have anything else in here? Make sure our ship cargo is empty. And then we'll go over to advanced maintenance and restock. This time we will top them all the way up. So I think it was about, I don't know, half an hour to an hour of actual mining, probably closer to half an hour. And yeah, I made 1,000,000 credits, so it can be lucrative. Alright, so there we're maxed out.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
And that is just fine. The other thing I want to do is go to the shipyard.
Punishable by death.
Alright,
Make
so
sure you have authorization before entering the docking bay.
ship transfer. So our Dolphin is at Kokajina. And remember we left our Cobra at LHS 20. So it's further, but it's 45,000 credits to ship it here. Sadly, you can't ship it from one station to another station without you being at the other station. So we're going to send that one here. Let's see. Transfer to current station, or you can sell it, obviously. And let's see, it's a 4 million, well, 3.7 million credit value ship that we're transferring for 45,000. So, chump change. Okay, so the Cobra is on its way here, meaning that we can leave our Asp Explorer here, and we can go mine
Check
that
your bay number. Check again. Unauthorized
that
loitering
metallic
may
ring,
trigger a lethal
and
response.
hopefully make some decent credits. And I'll probably do that again next time, and the next time will more than likely be a lot smoother than this one was. So this one ran into some problems where I thought the high metal, I think it was high metal content is what it was called, or something similar to that. I thought that was what I was looking for, but it was actually metallic. So, and we had to come out here to find what we were looking for,
Loitering is a
but
crime punishable
I
by
think
death.
that works just
Make
fine.
sure you have
And
authorization
there is
before
a
entering
possibility that maybe
Donkey
we'll
Bay.
change to this station. We'll see what happens in the future. But I do want to say thanks for anybody that followed on Twitch. If you're following on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the notification icon. And I would also appreciate any likes or shares that you guys can give to me. And you guys take care of yourself, and happy space travels, and we'll see you next time.
Fly responsibly.